Hi everyone, it's me, Reidy, with episode 59 of the silliest football show on YouTube, bar none. So, coming up today on the show, we have Little Shouty Man is back. It's been ages since we've seen him, and we're joined on our FA Cup road to Wembley on Zooming In by Peterborough Sports assistant manager. Make sure you catch up with that one a bit later. So, there's absolutely shitloads more as well. So what are we waiting for? Roll the titles, people. Yes, another week and another show. So, first off, a big thank you to those on Twitter who gave such wonderful backing this week when I put a tweet out about the show and you know, was it time to call it a day? The love you showed and the support you gave was immense. So, Beat the First Man is here to stay. Worry not, people. For those of you who continue to watch, who continue to subscribe, thank you so much. For those of you who are new, please click the subscribe down below. Yes, we're back. Don't forget to ring the little bell in the corner because we'd hate for you to miss it. Leave your comments underneath what you think. Wait till we get to Little Shouty Man. Comment on that. And most importantly of all, give us some of those bad boys. We like those. Those are good. These have disappeared. Where have they gone? YouTube got rid of them. Anyway, how old? Who likes Belgium? Hello? Anybody? Belgium? Come on, they make great chocolate. What's not to like about Belgium? Anyway, this week they give us a brilliant how old. So it's quite simple. If you've not watched the show before, an old footballer will pop on the screen. All you have to do is guess how old he was when the photo was taken. So our man this week, I can't lie, it was very hard to get information on him. I Google searched, I Wikipedia searched, I BelgianFootballer.com searched. There was nothing. Very, very little. So all I've really got is a couple of clubs he played for. He spent his club career in Belgium. No surprise there. He wore the colours of Vergum and Cercle Bruges. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Is that Poirot on there, the Belgian? He also made one international appearance, the Belgian Dave Nugent, in 1976. But unlike Nugent, he didn't score in his one appearance. So without further ado, and trust me, it is well worth it, when this photo of Rudy Hlight was taken, how old was he? Any guesses? Anyway, later on in the show, the wonderful Ted will be here to help us reveal how old he is. Now, leave your comments below if you think you've got Rudy's age, if you like Rudy, if you think Rudy is a made-up person, whatever you like. Anyway, talking of Ted, he's back a bit earlier this week. So, alright Ted, how are we, my friend? Not too bad, thanks, Reidy. But this Keep Britain Warm lot are doing my head in. Keep Britain Warm lot? Ted, what the hell are you on about? Insulate Britain, Reidy, blocking all the roads. Ted, it's not about keeping Britain warm. I think it runs a little bit deeper than that. Don't ask me to get into that because I'm not going to. It's a football and a music show. Go somewhere else for that shit. It's nonsense, Reidy. I mean, they blocked my driveway the other morning. Ted, they blocked your driveway. Yep, there I was, ready to go out, and they're sat there in disguise as an Amazon van. Ted, do you not think that maybe, just maybe, it was an Amazon driver dropping off a parcel? No, Reidy, it was Insulate Britain, the arseholes. Okay, anyway, Ted, any nominations for this week's Little Knob of the Week? Well, it's always quite a Reidy during the international break, to be honest, but don't worry, I've found you a winner. Oh, how exciting, Ted, a winner, no nomination. So who have we gone for? Well, as you know, Reidy, the Toon Army have been taken over by some very wealthy people. Have they, Ted? I've not seen that mentioned anywhere. Yes, Reidy, some very rich people have bought them, and it's made one former player, a certain Mr. Warren Barton, very giddy. Ted, I do believe I caught up with this one. Was it the comments he made on Talk Sport? Yes, Reidy, the very ones. So if you haven't caught up with this one, Mr. Barton was clearly very excited about the takeover and talking about Newcastle United, and gave some ideas as what they should do straight away. Now, let's not forget, Newcastle currently sit in the bottom 3. There is no transfer window until January. It is currently October, so come January they could be in the bottom 3. Anyway, but let's move on to Mr. Barton and what he had to say. So his first one was they should move quickly and appoint Antonio Conte as manager. Yeah, that's the one. You know, the one that's won all them titles in Europe. Yeah, that Antonio Conte. Yeah, they should appoint him. Okay, there's a starter for 10. I suppose it's slightly possible, maybe a tiny bit, but okay, let's move on. What was his next one, Ted? What was his next one? Go on, Reidy, you tell him. It's brilliant. Yeah, so his next one was they should sign Raheem Sterling from Manchester City. So, Manchester City, Champions League club, top of the Premier League, Raheem Sterling, guaranteed European football, be fighting near the top of the league. Why would he go to Newcastle, Ted? No idea, Reidy. That wasn't his best one though, Ted, was it? Go on, you tell him. My sides are splitting. No, he saved his best till last. This was his absolute beauty. They should swoop quickly, listen to this, quickly, because it's October, transfer window in January, for Erling Haaland. On the grounds that, and I quote, let's not misquote Mr. Barton, you haven't got to worry about his temperament. You haven't got to worry because of his upbringing. With his dad, he knows England and the philosophy, and I love him. I mean, should we maybe not consider the fact that he's the most wanted teenager on the planet as footballers go? And to be honest, he's got the cream of the European clubs queuing up to sign him. Real Madrid, Paris Saint-Germain. Don't you worry though, Warren. I'm sure he'll come to Newcastle for a fight against relegation. I mean, Warren Barton, congratulations, my friend. You are, without a shadow of doubt, this week's Little Knob of the Week. So, Ted, are you back later on for How Old the Reveal? Oh yes, really. We need to discuss that one, that's for sure. Okay, Ted, see you later on in the show then, mate. There we go, Warren Barton, this week's Little Knob of the Week. So, this weekend in the FA Cup, we have reached the 4th qualifying round stage of the competition, one away from the first round proper and the league clubs entering the competition. Our boys, Peterborough Sports, you may remember, we're following them after they knocked out AFC Dunstable. They are on the road, they've got a real tough tie. They're away at National League side, Kings Lynn Town. Well, a treat for you. Earlier in the week, I caught up on Zoom with Daniel Ruscillo, the assistant manager of sports, as we talked about the big match. So, here is Zooming In meets Road to Wembley with me and Daniel Ruscillo.
So, we are joined the Road to Wembley Zooming In by none other than Dan Ruscillo, the assistant manager of our team, Peterborough Sports FC. How are we, Dan?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Yes, not too bad at all, thank you. And we're so glad that you responded. Your club responded when we put the shout out for someone to come on. Here we are in the 4th qualifying round. Not only have we got our team to follow, they're on the show. It's brilliant. Yeah. So pleased. So first off, Dan, obviously people have heard of Peterborough United. A lot of people might not have heard of Peterborough Sports. So tell us a little bit about Peterborough Sports for those who don't know about your club.
Well, Sports was founded relatively new. We haven't been around that long. We've kind of taken over from the old Peter Brotherhoods, hence the turbines. So it's paying tribute to the history of the city. Personally, I've been there 7 years with Jim. I never thought we'd get this far, in all truth. I thought we'd last like a season, maybe 2 at the best, bit of a laugh. But yeah, so we've gone along. We've managed to get a few promotions along the way. Play our football down Lincoln Road in the heart of the city centre. We play second fiddle to the Peterborough United, but we don't mind that. We're happy chugging along.
And I think chugging along, to be fair, is I think you're being very, very modest, because this season you're absolutely ripping it up. You're sitting top of the table, 1 defeat, which was way back at the start. I mean, can you even remember what losing's like?
Yeah, yeah, I remember the defeats more than the victories. Believe me, it's like a week of depression. But Jim's beside himself. Yeah, so yeah, no, we can. But really, that's all testament to Jim, Lewis, and all the guys, all the players. They work extremely hard, so they deserve everything that they get. To be honest.
Yeah, no, you're having a phenomenal run in the league, and obviously your FA Cup run. And for again, there'll be people out there who don't know what non-league teams have to go through just to get to the first round proper. You're now one step away from the first round proper, which is massive. So the last round, obviously, you had the boys from AFC Dunstable.
Yeah.
I've only read reports, so I know that you raced into a 3-0 lead, then they pegged it back to 3-2. Was it a bit twitchy bum time at the end of that game, or was it one you were always in control of?
Definitely. No, towards the end, when we conceded two in quick succession, I was like, oh, this can't happen. This can't happen. And you just start worrying, don't you? I pick a lucky spot and I wouldn't move. And I was just like absolutely terrified that they were going to equalise.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So obviously the draw then came for the fourth qualifying round, and it's fair to say you got a tough draw. There's no two ways about it. So you've been drawn away at, for those who don't know, at National League side Kings Lynn Town. Now it's not a local derby, but I suppose it's as local a derby as Kings Lynn are going to get, because let's face it, they're middle of nowhere, nearly in Holland. How tough a test you face, in all honesty?
It's like Mission. I'll be honest, it's kind of like a bit like Mission Impossible. You know, anything can happen. It's the FA Cup, but they're a side that you look up to and you kind of want to emulate, like jealous of where they are. They've got a fantastic fan base. They're a big football club. They're full time. They've got tremendous players. They've got a fantastic backroom staff, and their gaffer is superb, Calver House. What he has done, and many don't really give him credit for, with a limited budget, is unreal. So yeah, it feels a bit like Mission Impossible. We'll give it our best. Fingers crossed, a bit of luck, anything can happen, but they are a fantastic football inside. So yeah, it's a very tough test. If I'm honest, in the draw, when it came out, I was like, oh no. But yeah, there was a few I'd have rather have taken on. But hey, you know, that's the FA Cup, isn't it?
I think there's a couple of things in your favour, though. And, you know, from the outside looking, and it's easy from the outside because there's nothing riding on it for me. So it's easy to sit here and say, you've got nothing to lose. You can just go there and almost enjoy the day to a certain extent. And what will be, which actually sometimes releases a bit of pressure on the players, doesn't it? Because they can just go out and play their natural game because they're not expected to win. On the flip side, you do have the knowledge of what you're so close to getting to, which is what every non-league club wants, is just to get to that first round proper. And it's so difficult, and it's because it's there, isn't it?
It's impossible. It's like last time we got to this place, we went to Fylde, AFC Fylde, got there, what a stadium that was.
Yeah,
was actually thinking, we might have a chance here, and we got pumped 6-1. So, I'm kind of I'm not going to get my hopes up too much. On the quiet, I might think, oh, come on, it's our time for a miracle. It's our time, come on. But yeah, they're at the same standard. So it's going to be a very, very, very tough ask. And going there as well, they've got a big fan base. They'll let you know that they're about. So yeah, well, we'll do our very best.
Do you expect many to travel up from Sports to back the boys?
Yeah, I do. To be fair, like this season and the last 5 or 6 years, we've had some fantastic fans that have followed us through all of it. Home, away, they're really good. So I would expect us to bring quite a few, 50, maybe 100, which for someone of our level, I think is fantastic. And you know, they are regulars. They're not just going to make this one trip. They always come. So, and they always really help the lads. So we're very lucky in that respect. We've got some very loyal core fans that do follow us just about everywhere.
Yeah, and the beauty of Saturday, like you said, we've touched on already, there will be a big crowd there. They average around about 1,000, probably a bit more in certain games. They'll be bang up for it, but their fans will also know that you boys have got some serious momentum behind you this season, and they'll be a little bit worried. See, they won't admit it, but they will be secretly a little bit concerned.
Well, I hope so. Well, I hope they're right to be concerned.
You're supposed to be filling them with confidence.
Yeah. I hope they are concerned. But no, look, our lads will give it everything. And what I know, it won't be an easy game. the Kings League, and we'll give it absolutely everything we've got. And, you know, if luck's on our side and, you know, things are looking okay, we might manage to get through. But, you know, I just don't want to take away the gravity of the task involved, because it's easy to get carried away and think, yeah, we're flying, you know, but they are, no doubt about it. They're 2 leagues higher. They're full time. They've got a fantastic, like I said, gaffer. They've got some fantastic talent. They've signed another young lad today I see as a striker. Not sure if he's going to play or not, but he seems absolutely fantastic as well from what I've read, but obviously I've never seen him. But they are a class outfit. They're a very big club. So, you know, we're not, although, you know, I'm going to go there with all the high hopes in the world. Of course we are. We're going to give it our very, very best. I just don't want to get too carried away at all, because, you know, it is, like I said, it feels like it's mission impossible, but, you know, miracles can happen.
Yeah, and the ding ding magic of the cup klaxon.
Yeah,
you never know. You never ever know.
Yeah, there's nothing like the FA Cup. It's brilliant. It's fantastic on all, you know, especially for non-league. Just not just the winnings that you could set your season for, but everybody's passionate about it. So yeah, it's superb. You couldn't ask for more, really.
I think, and when you hear the media, and it does wind me up, the likes of Sky Sports and BBC and all the others, where they do wind me up as they say, oh, the magic of the cup has gone. They need to get into the extra preliminary round, the first qualified, the fourth qualifying round, and see how much it means to people like yourself, to the 50 to 100 fans who'll travel from Peterborough on Saturday to watch your boys. These people, you won't all sleep on Friday night. You'll be that excited for Saturday. You'll all be literally sleepless nights thinking, oh, is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? Because that's how it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know why. Obviously, in the higher reaches of elite football and Premiership, money is a huge thing, and it's not always the first priority of theirs, and they've lost the magic of the cup. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't believe that, especially like in non-league. To get to the hallowed ground of the first round for me would be like unreal. It'd be something that you tell your kids, your grandkids, the lot. It's just unreal, you know, to think 7 years ago, step 6, you know, I'd have never thought we'd be here or have a chance of getting to the first round. It's a huge thing. So no, I'm like you. I think if they really want to see the passion of the FA Cup, come into the preliminary rounds and the lower rounds, and you'll see how much it means to the local man.
Definitely, 100%. So we are going to take you into fantasy land just for a minute, Dan, and I want you to come with me on this. Come with me. Okay, full time comes on Saturday. You've pulled off the amazing. You've pulled off the shock. You've knocked them out. You're in the first round proper. The draw's done, and you hear number 57, Peterborough United, will play number 58, Peterborough Sports. How good would it be?
Well, that would be amazing, but I don't think Peterborough United can get in the first round. They won't be, because they're a championship club. Would they be second?
Oh, did they go up to the championship?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, but I'm with you, because I can take it to the second round. I'll definitely, if we somehow manage to get there, I would love that. Like, that would be the absolute pinnacle. Yeah. I'd like maybe Northampton in the first round and then Peterborough in the second round. How about that? That'd be, yeah,
that would be living the dream. Drawing Peterborough would be living the dream.
Yeah, I'll be buzzing, because I think if you know, the 1 in 100 chance we did get through and we got Northampton, I think Peterborough might be on our side and all. So
I was going to say, yeah.
Fingers crossed. But yeah, no, I'll you know, if we ever got to the first round, it's a million miles away at the minute, but you'd take any pro club, to be honest, and maybe at home. I'd like it at home. I know it's not the biggest ground in the world, but it gives you more of a chance if you've got a chance.
It gives you a fighter's chance, doesn't it? The home tie, the packed crowds, it gives you a fighter's chance, and the chance of the old TV cash as well, isn't it? So you never know. But,
who knows?
Dan, one last thing from all of us at Beat the First Man, which is only me and the viewers, but we wish you genuinely the best of luck. I really, really want you guys to do it on Saturday so badly. The fact that you've come on here for 4 days before the biggest game of your season, possibly of your football career as a coach, I don't know, second biggest maybe behind Filed.
I'm with you. Right now, it's not. I'm
genuinely, I wish you all the luck in the world. And the only thing I want is one promise. This is the only promise I want. If you win and you get to the first round proper, you come on here before the first round proper game.
You never get rid of me. I
Yes,
swear.
Dan.
If we come to the first round proper, I'm a man of habit. I will be here every week until we get knocked out. So you don't have to worry about that. I'll be phoning you, so you don't need to worry.
In fact, let's do a little bit of it. Let's flip it on its head. Let's do a bit of a deal. If you get to the first round proper, I come to you.
Cool. I'm happy.
Right. The deal's on. So there you go. There's your team talk right there. Pin that on the notice board.
I'll tell Jim. Jim will do it. Jim says I've got a face for radio.
See, it's been disproved now already.
Yeah, it has been disproved.
There we go. Dan, thank you so much. As I said, best of luck Saturday, mate. May everything fall in place and may you get the result that you all desire. Even if you get a draw and take them back home and you get a replay, what a wonderful achievement it would be.
I'll take anything. Yeah.
So best of luck. But for now, that is Road to Wembley, where the famous PTFM, and we're going to Wembley. Back to the show.
Right.
There we go then. So can the boys do it? So massive good luck to the boys from Sports this weekend. Come on, boys, you can make it to the first round proper. And you heard Daniel, he's promised if they win and they get to the first round proper, he's going to come back on and preview the next round. I mean, imagine if they got through and drew someone like Sheffield Wednesday in the first round. It'd be awesome. I apologise now to Peterborough United fans for being a bit of a twat and saying that they were in League One when I forgot they were in the Championship. So, yeah, knob of the week for me. Warren Barton, hand it to me. Also in the Road to Wembley last week in the FA Trophy, the boys from Dunstan UTS did it again. So they won at Workington, they progressed, they have got the brilliantly named Bamber Bridge in the next round. So Dunstan UTS carrying on in the FA Trophy through to the next round. Something I've not heard for a little while. I can hear it.
The name game.
Yes, it's back. The name game. So we celebrate a brilliantly named footballer. It's been a little while. This week we head to the Netherlands and a Dutch winger who actually started his career at Feyenoord. He actually made a move to England. I didn't know this. And the Premier League where he signed for Newcastle, no less. It's a Toon Army special. Anyway, a certain tabloid rag ran a story about this certain player and actually ridiculed his name, which is a bit disappointing because he actually left Newcastle without even playing a game. He moved back to the Netherlands and he played in Belgium as well. But I know and you know it's the name we're all here for, ladies and gentlemen, isn't it? Let's be honest. So I present to you Brian Penis. Now, I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking, where's the picture of the penis, Reidy? Well, again, I go back to my previous ones when we had people like Stefan Kuntz, people like that on here, and you will not be getting that sort of tawdry rubbish on here on my show. No. Go and find yourself another channel. I'm sure you'll find a website if you Google hard enough if you want to find a penis. But here for now is Brian Penis. Yes, there he is. So I'm sure we will find another classically named footballer for you sometime soon. Anyway, with no Premier League games last weekend, with it being the international break, there's no scoring to review. But what we need to find out is whether Dad or Lad have made any transfers or made any changes to their team. So here we go. It's Dad v Lad. Fantasy football.
So here we go, Fantasy Football, Dad v Lad. We're back after the international break. And the big news is Dad is closing in on Lad. 2 weeks of victories. The points gap is closing. How are we, Kian? Nervous?
No, I think this is the week where I can pull away again.
I mean, this is big talk. I mean, I've given you a massive head start and now you're crumbling.
Yeah, but I've got players playing against a lot worse teams this week.
I mean, come on. They all play against the same teams.
Yeah, but they were playing like Man City were playing Liverpool, Chelsea were playing someone good. It was like,
Yeah, it's a bit of a meh excuse, isn't it? Let's be honest.
And now City have got Burnley and they always score 5. So
and they do always score 5. So we've all packed our team full of City players. Right, so let's go on to our teams. Let's get started. There's no points review because there was no games last week. Yeah. So let's start with the goalkeepers. I'm in a predicament because I've got Martinez of Aston Villa, who tonight is probably playing in goal for Argentina, or last night he played for Argentina, so he might not play for Villa. I either leave him or I'll put in Ben Foster, who are playing against Liverpool.
That was my problem.
Yeah. I'm going to stick with Martinez because I think because he's a goalie, he'll be fine. He'll play. So I'm going to stick with Martinez in goal. They got Wolves at home. Wolves don't score many. Clean sheet incoming.
This is where I made my change in goal.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I've brought in Edouard Mendy
Right.
for Ederson because obviously Ederson will be in with Brazil, and their game's on like Friday morning, isn't it? Like 3 in the morning. So I don't think he'll play.
If you're watching now, you need to get Kepa in goal for Chelsea because he'll obviously start now.
Yeah, 100%. Nothing more certain.
Absolutely nailed on. Right, let's go to the defence then. This is where I've made my only transfer. So Kufau's got a bit of an injury bout, and to be honest, he's not really doing much for me either. So he's a goner. I've brought Ben White back.
He's in mine as well.
Yeah, I brought him back. So I've gone Diaz because they got Burnley at home, so they ain't conceding any goals. Connor Cody, they're away at Villa. So they're a bit worried about that one. Ben White, they got Palace at home. They'll be fine. And Pereira, they got Man United at home, which is a bit of a dodgy one. But to be honest, I couldn't transfer any more defenders out.
No.
So who we got?
I've got Diaz, because obviously same reason. They're playing Burnley, so they shouldn't concede. And then I've got Cresswell. He's got Everton away. But he gets quite a few points, assists and stuff. Yeah. So I'll stuck with him. Rudiger, but he's a bit of a doubt. But I've literally got no one on the bench I can bring on for him, so he's playing.
Yeah.
And Ben White.
Right, okay. On the bench, I've got Lucas Digne, who's an injury doubt, so he can stay on the bench, I think.
Mine's still a Swansea player. So.
Oh yeah, you really should get rid of him.
Yeah, but I don't want to use my free transfer on him.
Unbelievable. Right, so midfield. So I've gone Mo Salah.
Yeah.
Watford away. He's going to score at least one. At least.
Yeah.
Wilfred Zaha, they got Arsenal away. If Palace score, he's going to either score or assist. Nothing more certain because he always does against Arsenal. Jack Grealish, he's got to do something in a Man City shirt eventually at some stage. So maybe this is the week. And this is a real gamble, but I've left Rafinha in because I just think he's going to play some part in the game at Southampton.
I do hope so.
Well, yeah, there is that as well.
Well, I've gone for Grealish as well.
Yeah,
because I think he's got to do something, like you said. I mean, he's not a bad player, is he?
Yeah,
and then
he's all right. He's average.
Ben Rama.
Yeah,
he's just stayed in there from when West Ham were good. Salah.
Yeah.
And on here it says Gilmore, but I'm putting Rafinha back in, so Rafinha.
Yeah, I've got Gilmore on my bench, so if Rafinha is missing, then Gilmore will probably come back in. So up front, I've gone for the pairing of Jamie Vardy and Danny Ings. So I've got Vardy, I've got Man United at home. If Leicester score, he's going to be involved in the goal. And with Man United's defence all missing, I think there's half a chance Vardy will score as well.
That's true.
And he takes the penalties.
That's also true.
Although nobody gets a penalty against Man United, just saying. And Danny Ings, they got Wolves at home. Now I've got Connor Cody in defence, so I've got to be a little bit careful. I don't want Ings to score too many.
He can get two, so it doesn't affect him.
So that's my front two. So who have you got up front?
I've got Lukaku.
Yeah.
Who's some sort of doubt. I don't really know why. I'll have a look. He's got a bit of an injury, but I think he'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
And everyone's favourite Antonio.
Of course you've got Antonio. He's carried you all season.
He is back against Everton, and he's going to score, and he's going to assist. I'm telling you now. Best game of the season for Antonio.
Right. Well, I've got on the bench, I've got Ivan Toney. He was a bit unlucky, can't get in, but they have got Chelsea at home. So I've left him out on the grounds they've got Chelsea.
You see, I keep leaving Brentford players out, and then they keep winning.
Yeah. Well, that's going to stop eventually. You know? They can't keep winning.
Yeah, it's true. They're not that good.
No. So who have you got as your vice captain first?
I've not really sorted it, but I can tell you who it's going to be.
Yeah.
So the vice is going to be Grealish.
Okay, well, I've gone Danny Ings as my vice captain, so I've got a feeling he's going to notch at the weekend.
Yeah.
And captain, I'm going to predict you've gone the same captain as me. I reckon you've got Mo Salah. Of course you have. It's Watford. It's only Watford.
I know. I'm quite tempted by the triple captain, but I'm going to leave it, I think.
I mean, even we beat Watford.
That is true, and that's saying something.
So there we go. So we'll see how that pans. So the league table, just as a quick refresher. So you are currently sitting in 12th place with
Not
403. I'm in 21st with 377. So I'm 26 points behind you going into this week's games.
It's not bad. It's quite close now.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's close. It's close at the top as well. So we've got all that to look forward to. Now, Kian, for those who aren't going to watch the rest of the show, tell everyone why they need to stick around for the rest of the show. Who's got a new slot?
Because I am back. That's right.
Yes, Kian has got a new slot. So, Kian, tell us about your new slot on the show.
Well, I pick a song from the week and I'll tell you to go and listen to it. Basically, that's as simple as that.
Now, you tell people to go and listen to a song. What brilliant, catchy title have we come up with for this feature?
Kian says, listen up.
Yes, there we go.
There you go.
That's why you watch this shit, people. For stuff like that. Kian says, listen up. So make sure you stay tuned. See what song Kian has chosen for the week for you.
It's a good one
be
as well.
mix. So some weeks they're going to be big, top-selling stars, top-selling artists. Other weeks he might just go down into the depths of Twitter and find you a little gem. So it's well worth sticking around. And music artists on Twitter, what Kian really wants is to be bombarded with links to songs. Bombard him on Twitter. That's what he wants. Because it's the only way you're going to get to pick their song, isn't it? Let's be honest.
That is true. It is true.
Yeah. So if you're a musical artist, at Kian LUFC on Twitter, absolutely swamp him with links to Spotify and you won't be disappointed, will you, Kian?
It's true. No, I won't.
It is true. Unless it's Demi Lovato, our old friend.
She can piss off.
On that note, this has been Dad v Lad Fantasy Football. Kian, thank you very much, mate. And for now, it's back to the show.
There we are then, the teams are in, the transfer's been made. Will Dad make it 3 wins on the bounce? I'm closing the gap. No matter what he says, he is getting twitchy. He says he's going to romp it this week. He's getting twitchy. Don't let him tell you any different whatsoever. So, I promised you him. It's been a while, but he's back. Little Shouty Man. So, what has Little Shouty Man got to talk about? Well, I'll tell you what Little Shouty Man has got to talk about. For those of you who don't know, Little Shouty Man, that's me. I'm a man, I'm little, and I'm going to get a shouty. Little Shouty Man. It's very simple, really. I mean, this show's utter genius. Why it's not being watched by thousands, I can't work it out. Hello? Are you still there? Okay, right, so, Little Shouty Man. This week's is the biennial World Cup nonsense. They're the World Cup every 2 years. So, as we all know, the World Cup is played every 4 years. In between, we get the Euros, you get the South American Copa America, you get the African Cup of Nations. It works perfectly well. There is no issues. It doesn't need to be changed. So why are we talking about having a World Cup every 2 years? Well, for those of you who don't know, the reason is all about the money, 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 as Jessie J once sang. So the reality is FIFA make, I think it's something like 80% of their money in income from World Cups. So clearly it's in their interest to have more World Cups. One every 4 years. If they make that one every 2 years, that's a hell of a lot more money coming into the pot. But let's stop and think for a second. So a World Cup every 2 years. You've got your qualifiers. So your qualifiers are going to be the year leading up to the World Cup. At best, maybe a year and a half, possibly. If you take South America, for instance, the way their qualifying goes, everyone plays each other. They play 16 matches. So over the course of a year, that's a lot of games to squeeze in. So it's got to be a year and a half. So that leaves 6 months to cram in qualifying for the Euros, qualifying for the African Cup of Nations, qualifying for the Copa America, blah, 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 blah. And it also means, when do you play the Euros? When are you having the Euros? When are you having the African Cup of Nations? When are you having the Copa America? So when are all those things happening? Are we just getting rid of those? Are we just getting rid of the Euros, which actually is usually a better tournament than the World Cup? Are we just getting rid of the Copa America, which if you are South American teams, it's massive. The South American teams are all over the Copa America. It's huge. The African Cup of Nations, again, the African nations, they are massively massive. It's their chance. It's their chance of glory. And FIFA, with this ridiculous biennial World Cup idea, are literally talking about pulling the rug away from under their feet. So how is it going to work? How are we ever going to get... Are we just going to make it one qualifying thing for everything? So you have a qualifying tournament for the Euros and the World Cup. So the same teams will play in the Euros and the World Cup. It's not going to work, is it? It's not going to work. It's utter shite. So FIFA, if you're watching, Mr. Gianni Infantino and your cronies, it's shit. We're not interested. Every 4 years will do us just fine, thanks. We don't need any of your 2-year World Cup nonsense. We'll have our Euros, we'll have our World Cup. Everybody's happy. Okay? Right. We can put that one to bed then. It's nice and easy, wasn't it? Now, new feature bell. That means there's a new feature. New feature bell. A new feature. So what is the new feature? Well, let me tell you, the new feature is all about music. Nothing to do with football at all. It's just all music. And I'm not in it. I know. Don't be sad. Don't cry. I'll be back in a minute. Kian's taken over this part of the show. This part of the show is quite simply going to be called Kian Says Listen Up. Every week he's going to pick you a tune. He's going to recommend you the tune. We'll also put it on Twitter. We'll put it on Facebook so you can go and listen to it. We would put it on the channel, but you know what it's like with YouTube. We'll probably get it pulled. We might try it 1 week just to see what happens, but it won't be going on this week, that's for sure. So sit back, enjoy, listen to his recommendation. Here's Kian Says Listen Up.
Everyone's now sat there really confused as to why I've grown hair and I've got younger. But no, I'm not my dad. I am me, and I'm here to present a new part of the show called Kian Says Listen Up. And it is about music. I'm just scrolling for my Spotify here, but it's about music and the single of the week, a song I think you should all go and listen to. And this week I've picked Spit of You by Sam Fender. I think it's a great song. I love Sam Fender. Both his albums are brilliant. I'm going to see him next year as well, so that'll be good. But yeah, Spit of You is a brilliant song. Just everything about it really. The music in the background, the lyrics are really good. He's put a little video on his Twitter if anyone wants to go and watch it about what the song's about, and you know the lyrics really make sense when he says what it's about. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a great song. He's a great guy, and I think it's a song that you should all go and listen to. And you know what? I'll give you a second little special mention as well, because I'm nice. Going to Get You Down off the same album. You know what? Just go and listen to the whole album. 17 Going Under. But the main song, the single of the week, is Spit of You. So yeah, thank you.
Now, you may notice a change of clothes and a change of setting. Well, the sound cut out on the recording right at the end, which was a bit painful. So we'll have to do the last bit like this. So anyway, Lineal UEFA Cups this weekend. The boys from Freiburg, can their fairy story continue? They are at home, and I've got no notes or anything, so I'm just having to check my phone. They're at home to RB Leipzig today in the Lineal European Cup final. So can they defend it? 5 weeks they've held it for. So can they make it 6 on the bounce? In the Lineal UEFA Cup, the long-named boys of Borussia Mönchengladbach, will they continue to hold the trophy? They are at home also. They're at home to Stuttgart. Now, to be honest with you, I think both teams are going to defend their trophies. I can't see either of them giving them up. So let's just see what happens later on today in the Lineal UEFA and Lineal European Cups. So Ted is back. Reidy, we've done this bit. Ted, I know we've done this bit. I've literally just explained that we're having to re-record because the sound cut out on the original. Am I getting paid extra? Ted, you don't get paid at all. I want overtime money. No, Ted, it's not happening. You're here for How Old the Reveal. Ah, yes, the man in the fancy dress outfit. He wasn't in a fancy dress outfit. He was just a normal human being, a footballer of his day. That was the look. I bet the women were chucking themselves at him. They may well have been, Ted. Really, they weren't. Anyway, enough of that. So, Rudy Halite, when this photo of him was taken, that we're going to show in a minute, how old do you think he was, Ted? 34, and if you say anything else, you're lying. Well, okay, Ted, let's have a look. So when this photo of Rudy Halite was taken, he was 26 years old. Oh, do piss off, Reidy. There's no way he was 26. He was 26, Ted. That's how old he was. This show's ridiculous. I'm going now. Goodbye. And I'm not doing 3 takes next week either. I'm not doing 3 takes next week either. Anyway, so thank you all again so much for watching. We have reached the end of the show. If you have enjoyed it, then please click the subscribe down the bottom.
And make sure you don't miss another episode. To help you not miss another episode, make sure you ring the little bell. What we do like, some of those, tell us you've enjoyed the show. Leave your comments down below. What did you think of Little Shouty Man? How old did you have Rudy Hellite down as? But most importantly of all, for now, ding ding, the BTFM bus has reached the end of its stop. Next week it will be episode 60. So for now, everyone, stay safe, and we'll see